Hello, Swaruu. Let's continue today with some of the frequently asked questions that I received recently. This one you already responded in one of your articles, but here it is again, for the new people perhaps. Is the Earth flat? Now, wait a second, maybe you will tell me it is. What if I do? I will adapt, I guess. I mean, truth and reality are not something fixed. It depends on each person, each consciousness and its individual point of view and its individual beliefs and ideas. For many, it is flat, because that's what they believe in, so they manifest that for themselves. There is no absolute truth or reality. It's all relative to each individual, and everything is possible. I am afraid people will not like this answer very much, Swaruu. There must be some objective reality to the Earth shape. I was going there. Now, having said that, from my perspective and from here, the Earth is not flat. It's not round either. It's a semi-spherical toroid, flat at the poles, with a hole in each one. That's how I see it from here. Okay, I like that better. From the manifestation of matter point of view, you cannot manifest anything if it's not conforming to a specific energetic mathematical geometry pattern. You will not manifest anything outside of that sacred geometry. In order to manifest a planet or anything big or small, you need a torus geometrical object that's mathematically expressed with the Fibonacci sequence of numbers. A cell, an apple, a planet, and atom. They are all dependent on the geometry of the Fibonacci numerical sequence. And it will manifest as a torus, and then as a geometrical pattern consisting on multiple torus forming something bigger. Anything and everything is manifested that way. So a planet can only be a big torus. So the flat Earth theory holds no water. Wow, this is new to me. And so where do the flat Earth ideas come from? Kabbalah? Yes, it comes from the Kabbalah. It's the two-dimensional, super-limited and limiting thinking. It's meant to confuse and to distract. Understood. You said some time ago that with intent we can affect frequency of places. But only the places we are in? I have this question from someone. If in Barcelona, with 20,000 people, we focus to desire the earth in Yemen to cease, the vibration will elevate in Barcelona, but this will only make negative local events incompatible, but the vibration in Yemen will continue to be low, and our experience will not coincide with theirs. The war will continue in Yemen. No, you affect wherever your attention goes, wherever your intention goes to. If you are in Barcelona, you will affect Barcelona as well, but you will affect Yemen. Your consciousness is outside the physical, because there is no physical. So distance, concepts like here and there, are not existent for it. Okay, and now another question, talking about the matrix and how we can affect it with our minds. The subconscious mind affects the matrix as much as the conscious mind? Yes, the unconscious affects the matrix more than your consciousness. That's why internal shadow work is so important. Until the unconscious becomes conscious, it will manifest for the individual as fate, as Carl Gustav Jung said. Shadow work is one of the most important topics to share with the people. Okay, we will go into it then at some point. Now, everyone asks me about Creon, Law of One, and Ashtar Sheran. Are they good sources? Law of One, I am not sure what that is at the moment. Creon, confirmed 7D light being. If it's really Creon who they are channeling, of course. He is okay and very good. But be warned, it may be contaminated as it's channeling. Ashtar, Alaniso, etc. Cabal created misinformants. I know they say nice things, but they are false. There is no Ashtar. We would know it. Ashtar is Matrix. And for what purpose would he be implanted if the message is empowering? I am just saying, as I don't know his message exactly. The message is not empowering. It is nice. Big difference. The intention and the message is to make people get closer to the Catholic Church. It's essentially the same Catholic religion adapted to modern times with the addition of starships. It's false as false can be. Okay, now just as a mental curiosity, as you always say, all is real if it's real for you. Could it be that people with their beliefs manifested Ashtar and now Ashtar came to being and is sending messages in their universe? Because you do say we make things real with our minds. It's something I'm struggling with. If they believe in that enough, yes, it becomes reality for them. Then in that sense, he could be real and sending real messages, since there are many parallel worlds. Yes, and the Easter Bunny as well. There is a parallel world, a parallel universe for every individual. They are source, they are the creators of their universe. So in theirs, there could be Ashtar, right? Anything they want. Okay, so in that way, there is no sense discussing what's real and who is not. Correct. In that expanded point of view, everything is futile, and as I always say, everyone is seeing and living exactly what they are meant to. Then, should I even say that Ashtar doesn't exist? Wouldn't it be usurping our dominion over the reality where they are, where Ashtar could very much be in existence? Even saying that something doesn't exist would be a sort of imposing, no? Since everything does exist according to their beliefs. But then, what's the point of looking at historical records then? Confusing all this. We must live in a schizophrenic reality. We've talked about this. So within our little roles as Gosha and as Swaruu, we must say what we think about Ashtar. Going against Ashtar is going against the Catholic Church. It came from there. It was the Vatican who came up with the idea of Ashtar. From the 3D point of view, the correct answer for the people is Ashtar is a creation of the Vatican and it's all false. And that's a fact. Okay, let's stick to that then, because if we stay with the metaphysical perspective... Okay, next question. You said that there was more Matrix in Europe and USA. Why does Europe and the USA have more Matrix? Because they are the Matrix itself, the limiting ideas, all what controls the perception of reality, what is imposed upon the people, what is real and what isn't, their values, morality, false science, it all comes from there. Okay, and the connected question. If the 3D matrix is different in doses in Europe and Latin America, and Europe is more dense, why does Latin America have more social problems, poverty, etc., than Europe? That's not because there is more matrix or less matrix in one place or another. It only means that those places have different roles to play within the same matrix. What I meant with less matrix or more matrix was connected only with the lunar and the electromagnetic transmissions as focal points. But in reality, each person is the matrix. So the roles each place play are the external reflection of the consciousness level of the people in such places. Excellent, I understand. A question that gets repeated a lot is this one. If the Taygetans are in the 5th density and everything outside Earth also is in the 5th density, and they capture and block the Cabal ships, the SSP reptilians, etc., this means that these are also in the 5th density? Reptilians and Cabal, deep Cabal, are in the 3rd and 4th density, barely scratch lower 5th. The secret space program ships that used to roam space freely were indeed in 5th density, escaping 3D through different tricks. And they were very dangerous because they carried all the matrix destructive ideas with them. And those SSP ships were commanded by reptiles. That's why the Federation had to stop them. Okay, next one. Why couldn't you change those reactors and those old machinery on the moon with the Taygetan technology that you developed in the last 12,500 years? Oh yes, we can. But we are not interested in replacing those reactors because we are dissolving the matrix, not making it last longer. What I mean is that if a reactor failed too soon, then we would need to replace it with a temporary power source. Those lunar reactors are old technology. They are ionizing nuclear fusion reactors based on enriched uranium. They are toxic. Makes sense? So you are not interested in making them last longer. You want them gone. I have this question from someone now. Some contactees claim to be talking to different races, but how do we know that what they want is good for the humanity? How to discern? There are so many contactees, it's confusing to people, and some with different kind of information. You can only know if they are positive with your own inner feeling and inner knowing. But there are a few things that do help. A. Positive races will always alert you about the Matrix and about the Cabal and the Archons that exploit you. B. Positive races will never ever ask anything in exchange for their information or for what they give. C. Positive races will never impose an idea or an agenda on you. The other messages that confuse people, many may be real. Remember that if something is contradictory to another thing, doesn't mean that necessarily one or the other is false. Both may be true, both may be false. One or the other may be true or false. Again, we are dealing with multiple realities, multiple points of view, multiple timelines. So if you adhere to one concept and not to another, then it only means that you are a frequency match to that information and not to another. Yes, and we also have multiple races, each giving their reality and perspective. Yes, that's right. You said that positive races will always alert you about the Matrix and about the Cabal and the Archons that exploit us. Just for the argument's sake, the Bible, for example, also warns of the fallen angels or demons. And there are people who say the ETs are demons. So, is that the key element really? There will always be entities warning off the others. Do you really want to go down that road? We are their nemesis of the reptiles. Of course they will say we are demons. They say that openly and have said that for thousands of years. We, Taygetans, are the ones who gave wisdom to Eve in the Garden of Eden. And I, the serpent, as in the DNA strand, your kin, the feminine wisdom, I am giving you, Eve, that information again. We are demons for them, and for whoever is aligned with them. But then again, that's their perspective. We are not the ones eating children in the Vatican. We are the ones saying, watch out, you have a lizard, not serpent, playing tricks on you, mind controlling you and eating your young. Okay, let's go to another question. What other contactees are to be trusted that you know of? Many other contacts and contactees are trustworthy. It depends on you too. It depends on the fact if you are or not a vibrational match to them, to one and not another. Be wise. Know that there is much deception. Connect with Source and be responsible for yourself and for what you believe in. Be responsible for your own personal world. Any specific ones who you can recommend to follow? Yes, not really people who channel, maybe only Esther, Abraham, Creon, and very few others. But there are spiritual teachers who are a lot more valuable for me, or in my opinion. There is one I like a lot, Teal Swan, also known as Teal Scott. But there are others, many others, like Bentinho Massaro, for example. But Teal Swan is the best, in my humble opinion. Perfect. Someone asked me this question. What happens when we don't know what we should do in life? We don't know why we are here, and we feel that our family and our origin are not from here. And we get frustrated by the system because we know it is not natural, and it hurts us, and it weighs us down in our heart. How to get through this feeling? You need to be aware of what is. Get informed as much as possible. You must first fully understand what you are, even if you cannot pinpoint your exact star origin. That's not so important as who you are now and who you will be tomorrow. Accept that you cannot know for sure any detail of what you are, only that you are not from Earth. Accept it and embrace your inner knowing and intuition. If you feel something is real and resonates with you, then it is real. Why are you there? The answer is so simple you cannot see the obvious. You are there to live a life, to feel and learn from the experience of being human, of being a starseed, a light being in human form. If you feel lost, thinking that you must do more, and that you are only wasting your time or any other excuse by those lines, know that the only thing you must know is that your mission is to live your life. Follow your joy. Whatever makes you truly and sincerely happy is your mission there, and will also increase your frequency naturally. And that, in turn, will make you go into a positive spiral where you can be progressively happier and happier. When you cannot stand looking at the system, at all the horrible things that occur around you, you must know that all that is not you. The system is trying to pull you down, to make you go away from your joy, your mission. You entered that place fearlessly, knowing that you would succeed, knowing that you would remember the essence of who you are, knowing you would defeat the obstacles in life. Nothing can hurt you there, nothing. You survive everything, even when the body, your body, may not. Do what you can to help others, especially those in need, especially if they are not human, animals. But remember that you can only do so much, and accept what you can do and your limitations. Be strong enough to withstand the pain of being there. It's very rewarding later on. Before you went in, you knew what it would be like, and you willingly accepted. Remember that you are there to play a role, but you are not that role you play. You are always so much more. You are a star being. Remember that you cannot control others. And remember that even though you want to help, and must help as part of your role there is only so much you can do at any given time. So please remember that you are very valuable, and you, above everything else, must take care of yourself and your needs. Anything material will end up frustrating you because it's temporary, and you will lose it at some point. What you are and what you learn and experience is always with you, because it will be for your soul, as you make your own soul as you go and as you like. Above all, follow what makes you truly happy. That's your mission, to live, to have a life. If you feel you ought to do anything else, and it really resonates with you, then that's your path, even if others may tell you that it's not logical. Follow and trust your intuition and your instincts. They are wise. And you are never, ever alone, as you have spirit guides with you all the time. You are Source. Excellent, thank you. I just really want you to know that you are very appreciated for all you transmit to us. I am only doing what I can, as anyone else. Also, I want you to know that you are very special and loved. Just know that all these hours you spend with us, you are seen. Your soul is seen and recognized by me, but also by the universe itself, because I am Source, I am the universe, and I see you. Thank you so much. No words suffice. You made me cry. And you make me cry so many times. Until next time, Swaruu, we love you very much. And I love you all as well.